And we could not end this month without having a conversation with Corey Griffin, who is the president, chair, I'm sorry, Corey, did I get that right?
You did. You got it right.
Of the Greater Washington Black Chamber of Commerce. Welcome to Win TV.
Thank you, Denise. Always great to be with you and great to see you.
Yeah, yeah. It's Black Business Month. What does that mean to you?
Well, as chair of this great organization, which is really a purpose to help Black businesses to start, to grow and scale. Having a month focused on that very effort is really important. And I akin it to Black History Month, where the world gets an opportunity to be focused on the matters that are important for Black history, and in this case, the issues that are pertinent to the success of Black businesses.
We just came through a pandemic, which
Mhm.
meant that a lot of businesses were impacted because they had to close, they lost staff, all of that. What do you see on the horizon? We know that it was devastating to all businesses, but especially to Black businesses over the last 2.5 years. But looking forward, what do you see? Is there a light at the end of the tunnel, or are we still sort of digging ourselves out of this pandemic mess?
Well, I'll say this: you're absolutely right. I mean, we actually started our chapter of the Black Chamber in July of 2019, and inside of about 7 or 8 months, we were fully engulfed in this pandemic. And so we know that our businesses in particular were adversely impacted and disproportionately impacted. Many of the startups didn't survive, particularly in the spaces of restaurants and food businesses. A lot of our businesses just did not survive. And in terms of sort of looking forward, we are hopeful. Let me say that on the outset. But I think we have to also, as the rest of the world is sort of looking at the state of the global economy, and in particular for those in our interest, the state of the U.S. economy and our local economy, thus looking at what it looks like for the Black business economy. So while we remain optimistic, we are obviously tracking all of the global data around the things like the talk of recession, the talk of the reality of inflation. So we know that is absolutely having an impact on our businesses. So as we continue to monitor that, we are also programming in a way that requires us to partner with our government here in DC. They've been an awesome partner and sort of helping us to resource the needs of the Black business community in a multitude of ways, and most of which has been afforded us the opportunity to partner with them around technical assistance so that we can help our Black businesses be armed with the information they need to at least try to mitigate some of the impact of both the pandemic and now this perhaps this looming recession that we have.
I mean, you've really kind of said it already, but I'm going to ask you sort of point blank. Why would a Black business, or why should a Black-owned business be a member of the Greater Washington Black Chamber of Commerce?
Well, absolutely. I appreciate the question, and it's not redundant. It is actually. I mean, we should, like every organization, have a proposition for folks, right? And so, what we offer, aside from the technical assistance and access to information, is the opportunity to network. I mean, we, in many ways, are sort of relaunching our effort. Again, we launched in July of 2019, right as we were getting our legs under us. Of course, the pandemic impacted us and shut businesses down and shut the economy down. And now we've been really working hard to get repositioned and refooted. So our government, the District of Columbia, has been very, very helpful in making resources available for us. So you can look forward to a new a revised strategy around the Black Chamber of Commerce, which include not only technical assistance, not only opportunities for networking, but programming where people can be involved to hear about access to capital. We're really interested in making certain that we identify businesses that are ready to scale and grow. And it's our hope that we'll be able to make investments in those companies and in those ideas. And we'll do that because we've been granted funds from the District of Columbia, which will give us the opportunity and the scope to do some of that. And then
That's
beyond that, I mean, we really want to also sort of facilitate the opportunity for Black businesses to do business with each other. And then we have a wealth of corporate interest in this city and in this region that have approached the Black Chamber of Commerce, and they've asked, can we help identify Black businesses that are ready to grow, that are ready to scale, that perhaps even need some support and investment, but we want to be partnered with them. And so we're going to be facilitating that as well.
because I have two millennials as children, and I always say, you know, when they're 60 years old, they'll still be millennials. So they're aging millennials. But one of the things I've learned from them is that there are the pandemic actually um, grew or seeded, let's put it that way, a lot of
Mhm.
independent young entrepreneurs in the city. And I don't know if you've had a chance to look at, you know, the areas where they have really either planted those seeds or, you know, are growing, and if, you know, how, what your outreach is to these young entrepreneurs, and how you might be supporting them. I mean, I know they do everything. We just had Elliot, you know, with
Mhm.
with
Mhm.
So Mega Beer Company, and so there are a few of those in the city. What's your, you know, how does the Greater Washington Black Chamber of Commerce reach out to some of these young business owners?
Well, through great, innovative, really creative, and awesome programs like yours. So we'll take this opportunity to say, work with us, be a part of the Black Chamber of Commerce, join the Black Chamber of Commerce. But I'll take a step further. You know, one of the things that we really are attempting to do, or I am asking our board to consider, is expanding the board to include some young people who are going to keep
I don't
us.
know if your board members would like to hear that, Corey. They probably think there are young people. I'm
Well,
sorry. Go
well,
ahead.
well, no, I appreciate that, but I know that I'm no longer considered to be a young person in some certain
Oh, I thought
contexts.
that
But
was die, but go
you know,
ahead.
so listen, we want to recruit some young people to be active with us, right? We
Yes.
want to facilitate them to have the opportunity to talk about what they are doing, bring their ideas forward, to use the power of the Black Chamber and our networks to promote their work and their innovation. But we also need them to be board members. We want them to work alongside us. And so we're actively recruiting people who are interested in not only being a part of what we do, but also providing leadership and to help us to be relevant for a long time. Again, this is really about identifying the Black business space and then growing that and then helping those who are part of it to grow and scale. We can't do that if we are just made up of a body of people that are my age and who are, I'm looking forward to retirement at some point. But there are a lot of young people who are just starting, and we need people on both ends, business owners on both ends, and people in the middle, right? And that's how we create a legacy organization that lasts for as long as we are here in the District of Columbia, which I suspect will be forever. We obviously have a great legacy of Black business in this town. And so we want to continue. And the reason why we started our chapter of the Black Chamber was for that very reason, because we understood that there were lots of people, Black entrepreneurs, who either had ideas and needed to find ways to get started, or who had been in business and were looking to grow and scale. And obviously, we have legacy businesses in this town like yours, who we are so privileged to have you all at the table to help us understand how to press forward in these most difficult times, and also cast a vision for the future.
Well, I guess I should, you know, fully disclose that I am a board member. One of those, okay, maybe not younger board members. So
I
that's
think I
okay.
think young. I think young with lots of wisdom. We'll go with that one.
Okay, so we want to put up here though, how can businesses become a member of the Greater Washington Black Chamber? And do you have to be in DC, or is it, because it says Greater Washington?
Yeah.
Is it
So
open to businesses in the DMV?
It is. We're open to businesses in the DMV. We're open to businesses wherever you are. If you do business in the District of Columbia or in the region and you happen to be based someplace else, we're happy to have you to be a part of our membership. You can go to our website. It's www.gwbcc.org. That's GW for Greater Washington Black Chamber of Commerce, bcc.org. And you can go there and sign up as a member, as a standard member. Our membership is just at $300 or below. You can join and get engaged with us right away. We'll add you to our mailing list and our outreach list and get you engaged. In fact, we have some programming scheduled for Monday. Working with the Department of Insurance and Securities and Banking in the District of Columbia. They have money. They have lots of money, and the money is structured and geared to support Black businesses. So I encourage you to come out. I think it starts at 5 o'clock from 5 to 8. But feel free to reach out to us also on Instagram or Facebook. We have, if you're interested in attending that event or the others that we have planned in the months to come, by all means, please reach out.
Well, that's fantastic. I mean, if that's not reason enough because you know where the money is and that's geared towards Black businesses, then that means somebody doesn't want any money and they're fine. But if you do and you need that kind of support and information, this is the place to go, gwbcc.org. Corey, thank you so very much for being with us today. We're going to find another occasion coming up. You know, we've got the holidays, all kinds of times to talk about Black businesses. So let's make sure that we keep this conversation going.
Okay. Well, thank you, Denise, as always. Love the Washington Informer. It's such an amazing and important part of Washington, D.C. and the fabric. So we appreciate your support and your leadership at the Greater Washington Black Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you so much. Thank you,
Okay.
Corey. All right.